This week on the podcast for the new all-age comic books for the week of October 31st, 2018, the 500-pound gorilla is back in stores. Grrr! Tangled, The Hidden Witch, Archie meets Batman, some really cool team-ups from DC Comics, the Backstagers, Lumberjanes, and more. Hey, this is Trey with Daddy Mojo. Thank you for watching and listening. What is going on? It's always a strange year when Halloween falls on New Comic Book Day. And this year, 2018, October 31st, is actually really cool for about most of the middle school and elementary school kids out there, because that is when the new book from Amulet Books, starring Wimpy Kid, is out. I was trying to build that up for as long as I could. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Meltdown. This is volume 13. What's to know about this? What's to know is this is the behemoth in elementary school reading. Go to any elementary school, go to your kids' elementary school room, go to your kids' room. There's bound to be at least one Wimpy Kid book in there. And man, the kids, I'm old and gray. The kids love them, they do. What's strange is though, our 9-year-old boy never really latched onto Wimpy Kid yet. I don't know if it's an upper elementary school thing or if he's just reading other things. I don't know. Most parents though can really get behind Wimpy Kid, and it manages to bridge that bridge of concern for parents that don't want their kids to read graphic novels or comic books, but they don't mind letting them read Wimpy Kid. And that's totally cool because the illustrations in Wimpy Kid, they're black and white, they're very simple. If you look at the cover of any Wimpy Kid book, you will see kind of what the insides look like when it comes to the illustrations. It's got that faux index glossary notebook look to it. It's very unique and kids really do like it. This is The Meltdown. What is it about? Do you really need to know? Because kids won't care. Kids will just say, oh, it's the new Wimpy Kid. Let's buy it! So that's really all you need to know. And a week from now, it will sell millions of copies, and elementary school kids everywhere will be happy. It's volume 13, Meltdown, The Meltdown, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. That is out this week, and for some kids, that's all they need. I mean, this is the equivalent of their Captain Underpants, their Dog Man. This is as big as that. But for some reason, they could never make a great, cohesive, televised or movie property about it. Whereas with Captain Underpants, ding, they kind of did it in reverse. It was a book first. A little known fact, trivia for your friends. Captain Underpants, obviously a big book, but what's the property I'm thinking of? It was Captain Underpants. Captain Underpants, Dogman. You know what? I'm having a brain cheese. Sometimes this happens when you wear Greg Brady sweaters. Bottom line, The Meltdown is out this week. Kids, go buy it. Go buy it. This is great also. It's probably not here, isn't it? All my show prep and I can't find it. Yeah, it's not here. But it's great. It's The Hidden Witch. Take my word on this. It's a great graphic novel. It's The Hidden Witch. It's the second in the series from Molly Knox Ostertag. Molly Knox Ostertag. It sounds like a taunt in Swedish, doesn't it? Molly Knox Ostertag, but she's actually a great artist and a great storyteller. The Hidden Witch is the second in the series. The Boy Witch came out last year, and man, what a surprise that was. That was really great. The Hidden Witch is so much better. Here's the true story. I started to read this when I was exhausted, about 11:30 one night. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna read 10 pages, 20 pages, and I read the whole thing. It's beautiful. It really is. It expands upon the story that took place in the first one, the Witch Boy. All the main characters are back, and it's really good. And some parents will say, witch? Oh, I can't let my kid read anything witch. But this is all age witchy. This is stuff that middle kids will love, and it'll have just the amount of fright and spook that will entertain elementary school kids. And it's from Scholastic, and it's beautiful stuff. Most of the graphic novels that Scholastic puts out, very good stuff. And it's out this week. It's The Hidden Witch. Archie meets Batman. We are fans of this series. There's no caveat here, we really are. It's a great mashup. Archie meets Batman 66. This is where the Camp Batman from 66 meets Archie, the classic Archie, also from the mid-60s. It makes a lot of sense on paper and in theory, and even as a comic book. If you're a mom or dad listening to me and you say, you know what, when I was a kid, I would rush home after school when syndicated TV was still a thing and watch Batman. If that is you, you are going to love this miniseries. Batman 66, the ongoing series as it was, it's no longer ongoing. Now he teams up with various people. In this case, the Archies, or Archie. It's great. It's ridiculously entertaining, and it really captures the spirit of the television show from the 60s really perfectly. So much so that we showed this comic book almost detrimentally, so much so that I showed this comic book to our 9-year-old thinking he would like it because he likes Batman. He likes the theory of liking Batman, but he doesn't like the violence or things that go along with Batman. We've been very careful to introduce him to the age appropriateness of Batman. And he didn't like this, our 9-year-old. And I can dig that because they're not his memories. They're not his memories of running home after school and trying to get home by 3:30 or 4 o'clock to see if the Riddler or Catwoman is on Batman. And that's his memories. You know, he's making new memories. Some kids will like this, most adults will like it. And it's from Archie Comics. Great miniseries. Jump in on issue number 4. It's a 6-issue miniseries. Jump in now at number 4. Try to catch the ones before it. Or catch the collected series when it comes out in about 3 months. Either way, it's fabulous stuff. Other team-ups this week are interesting and skew just a little bit older. I'll say for middle school through high school. Just because of who they are, and you have to have the right sense of humor because they're kind of funny, but it's just a little bit of dark humor. Case in point, these are from DC Comics. It's Deathstroke, Yogi Bear Special. So you have Yogi Bear teaming up with Deathstroke. Now DC Comics did something like this a couple of months ago when they had their tentpole superheroes team up with the tentpole characters from Warner Brothers. Great results. I raved about it when they came out about 2 months ago, especially that Bugs Bunny Superman team up. Man, that was great. Ridiculously fun. And because of that, I have kind of high hopes for this because you're digging a little bit deeper into the roster. You've got Yogi Bear and Deathstroke. And as I laugh, Deathstroke, are you Deadpool? If you saw that film, oh man, that is the funniest film of the year. Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Wow. If you haven't seen it, it's on video soon. I mean, even if you're not, okay, we're kind of a comic geek, obviously. But even if you like movies, great example of this is my wife. Love her, she is awesome, but she is not really a movie person, nor is she a comic book person. Yet, we took her to Teen Titans Go to the Movies, and she laughed hysterically. And she's my template for some of these movies that I'm like, you know what, geeks will like this, comic fans will like this, but will movie fans like it? And movie fans will love it. Little sidetracked there. This is Deathstroke. Yogi Bear Special. It's a team-up. It costs a little more. It's $4.99, but it's thicker than average, and it should be kind of fun for middle school through high school if they have the right sense of humor. And that's Deathstroke, not Deadpool, kids. Also this week is Green Lantern. Huckleberry Hound Special. Huckleberry Hound? Yeah! In this team-up, we've got Huckleberry Hound, who's a peacenik, who's leading some peace rallies on university. The theory of that seems kind of funny because it just makes us laugh because he's wearing a tie-dye shirt. Again, $4.99 from DC Comics. And the last one in this series is Superman teaming up with Top Cat. Top Cat, wow! Remember that groovy cat, man? If you don't, I barely remember him. He was like Fringe of the Fringe. Hanna-Barbera. Fringe of the Fringe, man. Deep Fringe. Deep undercover. Again, $4.99, but it looks great. It really does. We'll pick up one of them. I don't know which one we're going to pick up. We're just going to go to the store and see what's there. We reviewed this book a little while ago on the main site, daddymojo.net. As a book, this is great. It's better than the comic book. It's the Backstagers. The Backstagers has been a monthly comic book or a mini-series from Boom Studios for a while now. We are casual fans of that just because we can't relate to it. However, if you're a theater person, you're gonna love the Backstagers comic book. That's kind of why we liked this book, The Backstagers and the Ghost Light, a lot better than the book. And this is from Amulet Books. They've been doing some great stuff with properties like this, which we'll get to in just a moment. But what I liked about this book, The Backstagers and the Ghost Light, was that it dug deeper into what makes the characters in the Backstagers so interesting. Because as a casual comic fan, you can't really figure out who's who or what's what. The book takes a little more time into their personalities and still gets some genuine spooks. It does. So if you're a theater geek, theater person in middle school or high school, maybe upper elementary, maybe 5th grade, that's kind of pushing it. If you're a great reader and you're a theater person in 5th grade, go on in. It's the Backstagers and the Ghost Light. This will be an ongoing series, and they'll have another book starring the Ghostbusters, starring the Backstagers in 2019. To wit is this one. This is a new one from Lumberjanes, which follows the exact same format from Mariko Tamaki. And this is the 3rd book in this series from Lumberjanes. This is an ongoing series of novels. The same scene as the Backstagers. It's 95% words. So for you parents that don't want your kids to read graphic novels, I don't really understand you, don't agree with you, but this is your key to make your reading kids happy. Lumberjanes, The Good Egg. It's the 3rd book in this series of books starring the Lumberjanes and starring Lumberjanes. The Lumberjanes. I listen to the Pink Floyd. I do. It's just Pink Floyd. And it's just Lumberjanes, and they're great characters. And this is a really good book, again from the same series, from Amulet Books. Great stuff. And what's the retail on this? Retail's $15.99. However, I know for a fact, if you dig in through some of the links, you can buy this book or the Backstagers for $12, $11. They probably have a combo deal where you can buy both of them for $20. It's good stuff. Same demographics also. Up middle school through high school, maybe some 5th graders. Actually, for Lumberjanes, we'll even skew younger. 5th grade, maybe 4th graders, because the vocabulary in the Lumberjanes books that have been published on Amulet Books have skewed just a little bit younger, just because the chapters are shorter, whereas the chapters in Backstagers are a little longer. Month to month, this is one of the best all-age comic books you can get. Trust me on this, in 30 years when you're middle-aged and figuring stuff out, you'll say, I like to reread these comic books. It's Star Wars Adventures. Wow, what a great comic book. It's from IDW Publishing, comes out monthly. It's all age as all age gets. Ages 5 and up will really like this. It has 2 stories in each comic book. One comic book is going to be 70% action, 70% of the book, and it's going to be more of an action-centered story. 30% of the comic book is more of a left-of-center, loosey-goosey laugh story from Star Wars. So if you're a Star Wars purist, this may not be good for you, but if you want your kids just to have fun and read and really enjoy Star Wars, this is a great vehicle for you to get in. It's Star Wars Adventures, issue number 15. It's out this week from IDW Publishing. Retails for $3.99, and it's great stuff. Sonic the Hedgehog is also a great comic book. Sonic has been around, I mean, for me, Sonic was always just kind of a video game. Started as a video game, but then as I started to get more and more into my child's elementary school library, do this and whatnot, I realized, wow, this is actually a very fly comic book also. And Sonic the Hedgehog, also from IDW Publishing. Just a happy coincidence that they do Star Wars also. They do. Sonic the Hedgehog, issue number 10 is out this week. Tracy Yardley has been doing this title for a while, and he's got a very unique stamp in the way his comics are presented. There's action, there's some drama in here, but it's all age appropriate drama, again, to where ages 5 and up can handle it. Sonic the Hedgehog does have a little bit of reading though, so those younger kids are going to have to be tolerant and patient enough to allow mom or dad or someone else to read it to them, because the vocabulary is going to be a little high for them. If you're 7, you'll be able to jump into Sonic the Hedgehog and read most of the words without any problem whatsoever and laugh and enjoy the adventure. This is also a monthly series. So if you think, oh, it's a quarterly comic book, It's not. It's monthly, so jump in and enjoy it. What are you reading? Would you please share it with us? If you want to leave it in the comments, or share the podcast, or tag us on Twitter, hashtag DaddyMojo, @DaddyMojo, or hashtag it NCBD. It's New Comic Book Day, hashtag NCBD. In case we're unaware of something that's great and interesting, then please share it with us. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Daddy Mojo. Be sure to tune in next time. For more information on any of the things we talked about today, just check out the website, daddymojo.net.